Jonas Valanciunas, the 7-foot big out of Lithuania, is the best three-point shooter in the NBA. Well, obviously that's not fully true, but from a percentage and efficiency standpoint, that is true so far this year. And it's not just off of a handful of shots, like it used to be sometimes in his earlier days with the Raptors. He is shooting a bit over 2 a game and making 56.4% of his three-point attempts on the year. That does put him first in the NBA, significantly ahead of Tyus Jones at 53.1% in the number 2 spot, and then 48.6% for Patty Mills at number 3. JV making about 1.2 threes per game. His free throw shooting efficiency is also up this year as well, as he has just continued to improve his shooting and become a better floor spacer over the course of his career. But alongside just his improved shooting and his very, very good three-point shooting this year with the New Orleans Pelicans, which has taken a jump from 36.8% last year with Memphis, now 56.4%. I want to talk about just the overall evolution of Jonas Valanciunas since he started in Toronto, and how underrated, but how productive he can be in the NBA. So JV, 2011, 5th round pick. I did not come over into the NBA right away, as he was playing over in Lithuania. And he started slow. There's no doubt about it. There was big expectations for him as a top 5 pick, and he never really met those expectations in Toronto. But any true Toronto Raptor fan will understand the value of JV, specifically some of those deep playoff runs we had against the Cavaliers. He was extremely good. He was a different beast come playoff time when he was healthy, although he did struggle with some injuries in some postseason play. But on the glass, he was absolutely instrumental, was a double-double machine, was very good from finishing down low and giving us a very good post option. The spacing standpoint kind of came in and around 2017-2018 season when he finally started to shoot some threes, but didn't really become overly efficient with it on a consistent level until he got to Memphis, and obviously now has just got there at an even higher degree now with the Pelicans this year. But he started to develop a mid-range game a few years into his NBA career, which really helps him grow his offensive game, but has always been just one of the best post finishers in the league. There's not that many bigs anymore that are still have enough of a skill set in the NBA around their ability to just be good paint scorers and post scorers that exist. But JV is one of them, and has developed himself into someone that now, even though is very strong at finishing down in the paint and down in the post with good post moves, he can be a very good rebounder at a very high level. He can space the floor a little bit free from mid-range with a few mid-range jump shots and turnaround jump shots from the low paint, as well as now very good three-point shooting. And someone who isn't an amazing rim protector, isn't an amazing pick-and-roll defender, but is still a positive on the defensive end, and is someone that will certainly rack up the rebounds for you, offensive and defensive, as he's averaging 12.5 this year for the Pelicans, 3.4 of which are offensive. And so as much as JV isn't some glamorous name, he's never played in a big market, Toronto, Memphis, New Orleans, and so that's a big part of why he doesn't get the love that he probably deserves. I mean, he is averaging 19 and 12.5 this year. Those are some pretty darn good numbers for a center. And so he's got his big extension now with the Pelicans for the next few years, and very well deserved, being paid as one of the top centers in the league. Sure, he's not some elite all-star caliber center, but he can get the ball in the bucket. He can give you very good rebounding and be a solid defensive player. And I think is a very good veteran anchor at the center position for this New Orleans Pelicans group. He can be relied on for scoring, but he doesn't need to have anything run for him. You can just have him in the pick and roll. He can get offensive rebounds. He can hit some open threes when you need it, but he doesn't need to be someone who is a focal point of the offense. But for this Pelicans team right now, who's missed Brandon Ingram for a significant part of the season, and even with Brandon Ingram back in the lineup without Zion Williamson, they're still heavily relying on Jonas Valanciunas, and he continues to be a very important part of this team and a very productive part of this team. I mean, JV had a game where he shot 5 of 9 from deep against the Clippers the other night. Like, I don't think I ever dreamed when I started watching him with the Raptors that I would be saying Jonas Valanciunas shot 5 of 9 from deep. But here we are. Jonas Valanciunas, one of my most underrated players in the NBA, continues to have a good year with the New Orleans Pelicans and show everyone how he continues to adapt and develop his game to being a solid quality NBA center. That being said, that is my thoughts on Jonas Valanciunas. season. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.